The photo shoot we did at the Ambassador Hotel was actually really eerie. There's just this tension amongst everybody because the place is just nasty. Gradually, as we were there, you hear more and more stories about this was where such and such was assassinated and they pulled the body into this kitchen that you're now taking photos in.
One of the guys who was doing security for us that day, he was telling us that he grew up in a house with poltergeists and that this place was definitely haunted.
We're gonna die. Love it.
Whether he was just trying to spook us or not, that wasn't cool.
Once we kind of moved into the hotel, the whole point was just to scare the crap out of each other.
For us, if a photo shoot isn't dangerous, it's not a good photo shoot.
Some people were scared.
There's the old lady.
You hear that? She's going up. Ding dong, bang, bang, bang.
There was a time at the end of the day when we were all in the elevator and Chester was talking about what had happened earlier, something that spooked him a little bit earlier.
Yeah, party elevators.
I think there's music. Listen to the music. There's no music.
That was weird. There was music and it said going up.
Just as he said it, the elevator stopped.
Oh.
Oh. It's not good.
Bottom floor?
Is that bottom?
No, that would be the elevator not being on.
No way.
Open the door. There we go.
Whoa, you got that on tape, right?
Yeah.
They did it again.
It's a power thing.
Scary.
Oh.
Now, mind you, there's nobody else in this hotel who would have stopped the elevator. It was complete coincidence, or it was something very weird going on.
Okay, so everybody's freaking out about the elevator, right? We gotta keep it kind of quiet right now. But there's a little switch in it. It's an on and off switch. You toggle it, just stops the elevator. You know, riding down, everyone's telling ghost stories. Blow! There's now a ghost in the elevator. Thank you very much. Turn it back on. Blow! It stops again. Everybody's scared. Turn it back on.
I wasn't nervous about going back to recording the album at all. I was more eager than anything to just create something new. Studio, I'm just doing a lot of scratching and doing some programming, just atmospheric sounds and just adding more flavor on top of what's there. Trying to take away from the rock vibe. You got your cake, your layers of cake, and I'm putting all the dressing and flowers on top of it. I use tons of equipment.
This is Mount Han? Yeah, Mount Han. This is all Joseph coming right here.
Don Gilmore hasn't really worked with any DJs. For him, it's kind of uncharted territory. If it's distracting, then he'll say it's distracting. And if it's good, then he'll say, oh, I think that's cool. So it's like when we're in the studio, it's pretty much me and Mike.
Where's Johan coming in through now?
Mike and I, we usually come up with all the sounds.
Our samples aren't samples of other people's music, they're samples of experiments that we've done.
In the last year, the CD turntables have come out and become, you know, like easy to get and use. So the first record, it took a long time because we had to press vinyl up and scratch the vinyl. This time, we can think of an idea and immediately put it on a CD and scratch that. Chester and I, as we're doing vocals, we'll think up ideas of, oh yeah, you know, instead of us just singing this part, he could scratch this.
Need box though.
Our songs are on the average 39% scratching and 5 to 8% keyboard. The rest of the percent is bobbing my head up and down.
Hey, it's Mike. One song is a song that I really have been trying to write. I've wanted to write it for quite a while, probably like 5 years or 6 years. It's a song called Breaking the Habit. Don was listening to the keyboard strings, and he said, you know, what would sound really great is if we could do those strings live. All the stuff that I had written, a guy named David Campbell took all that and wrote it out from cello on the low end to the violins and violas. He played it once through, and then David told us that he had a couple of variations on it. We mixed them all together and actually overlaid them, so the 10 people now sound like 40 people.
Oh, you guys rock!
Yeah, I got 5 hours of sleep last night. It wasn't until about 3 that I actually passed out because I was just like thinking about the album and thinking about all this stuff and all this, you know, all the crap that we've got to do and that we're worried about.
Taking 8 months off and coming in to do a record, I'm like, am I gonna be as good as I was? Can I do what I want to do in my head? Because I'm so hard on myself, I really push my throat to its ultimate level, and when I push it there and I keep doing it, it ends up getting used to it, and then I can push a little bit harder and get a little bit higher or a little bit lower.
You come in here when we're doing vocals and they got candles lit and it's all moody and vibey and cool, and they're just doing their silly vocalist stuff.
Chester has this incredible weird thing when he sings really aggressive. He has like 2 or 3 different voices inside his voice. You can hear 2 or 3 different notes, and it's the strangest thing in the world.
I like writing stuff about just real life emotion, just stuff that happens to people every day.
Lyrics and stuff, some things that me and Mike talk about, you know, really shouldn't be talked about with other people. But when you write a song, you don't necessarily like want to come out and give it all away, but you want the right perspective.
Getting out all that stuff and just kind of making it like silly therapeutic time, it makes for good music, I think.